Welcome, everybody, to the YTWPodcast, a combination of words that may be perceived as funny. I'm your host, Great Canadian Guy. With me this week are my co-hosts, Tom Like a Fox of Like a Fox Productions.
Heyo.
Nikita of the Sergeant Curry Pants YouTube channel.
Hi.
And our guest this week, Joel of RunawayRobot's Twitch channel.
Hello.
How was your week, Joel?
It's been pretty good. I'm finally back on kind of normal 8-hour-day work hours. Back to exercising again, so I feel a little bit better. And Vermintide 2 has taken over my life, and it's been awesome. I have loved every second of playing that game, so it's been pretty good.
Yeah, man, that game looks rad.
I mean, yeah, it's so it's everything I needed, but without the zombies that would come standard.
Yeah.
So swords, magic, dwarves running around, elves, like that's being a D&D nerd, it's right up my alley. And like loving Warhammer in general is pretty good.
Yeah.
I've always yeah. Oh, and the monstrosities they throw at you. There's so many special types of like enemies and stuff too. It's great. I'm super excited to to finish our podcast and go play it.
Okay.
So
we'll get through this as quickly as we can.
I'm so because I get to keep all my stuff now, and I think the way that they're implementing the way that the loot system works, there's no like loot boxes for like gear or cosmetics and things like that. You get them on level up, but you get to keep all of your stuff and you get to choose what characters it goes to, and it doesn't feel random. It's always an improvement. Everything you get in a box is always an improvement over what you got last time.
Oh shit.
And it's all earned through leveling. And apparently the way they're going to do cosmetics is similar. You're going to like earn credits, but there's no way to like purchase these things. So that's what they're doing right now. We'll see if that all shifts in the next week when they release on March 8th. But as of right now, I like the format that they're going with. And it's so far I've been playing with viewers and subscribers and stuff like that. And it's been a blast to play like as a team of 4. It's so much fun.
Outstanding. All right. So Tom, how was your week, man?
Oh, my week's ups and downs, man. Ups and downs. I've had dental issues this week.
Oh no.
So I've been in. So far, I've had 2 appointments for root canal treatment. The sheer amount of injections with giant needles into my gums is just obscene. It really is. But I think the worst is over now. I don't need one more appointment to get it like properly sorted out. But the pain is 99% gone, which is good. Which is good for me because it was affecting my streams. I wasn't able to stream particularly well. I tried and then decided actually I'd rather not stream than do a half-assed stream when I'm feeling like garbage. So I missed a couple of streams last week, but back to the grind this week, which was good. So hopefully,
I mean, your health always comes first, man. Health always comes first.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you don't really think about like dental issues as health as such. Like it's just teeth.
Until it fucking hurts, though.
And until it gives you that much pain that it's like, okay, I can't function.
This one probably shouldn't be black. I should get that checked out.
Yeah, absolutely.
There should probably be no blood taste in my mouth.
Oh, yeah,
right
no
now.
Thanks. No thanks.
Oh man, I would have taken blood taste over the rot taste I had to deal with waiting to get my tooth out.
Oh,
holy
no, thank you. No, thank you.
Right?
So moving on from the dental disgusting.
I gotta check on my dog. Hold on.
Doggo.
Usually we leave the dentist to the point where we can't eat. That's when it's drastic. Like when I can't put food in my mouth, I need a dentist.
Yeah, the problem is it's so hard to get like immediate dental treatment that you have to anticipate when you're going to need to see them.
Yeah.
I guess do you guys not do like preventative like once or twice a year?
Well, we're supposed to, yes.
Oh, okay.
I actually haven't been to see a dentist for preventative like 6 monthly checkups for about a decade.
Okay, I mean,
which is why I'm now having issues.
I was going to say I may have found your problem.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of stupid about it.
I don't want to say I know where your problem is, but I think I found your problem.
So, we're getting this issue sorted out, and then I'm going to go back to being a normal human being as far as actually looking after my teeth goes. So, is John back? Are you back, John?
I hear that puppy in the background. Oh, pupper.
I want to be on the podcast too, Daddy.
Pupper.
Podcast.
Sorry for that. Molly just seemed sort of out of sorts.
Just wants love and attention, man. Love and attention. That's all we all want, you know?
That's pretty much my news.
So, Nikita, how was your week?
Yeah, the best bit.
Damn. Okay, so aside from all the chaos happening on my phone where everyone's, fighting the man and politics and parliament, so I decided to take a break this weekend, and it's a slow season for PlayStation games. Now we're in that in-between phase where there's, the Christmas releases you've done playing them, and there's nothing new until like April. So I said I'd go to the mall and see what else there is that I haven't played. And I am the unluckiest person in the world. Like the one time I go out to the mall and I just say, I just want to get my stuff and go, I bump into every single person I don't want to meet right now. Like, it's like people that like went to my college like years ago that I do not want to see, nor do I remember. And mind you, when I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see them properly either. So I glare at people until I think I might recognize them. So I was going to the mall. I'm walking into the store, and this person they're leaving the store, and I'm entering, and I can just, you can feel someone is like staring at you, but not in a nice way. It's like a glare. So I look at this person, I'm like, why is this person staring at me? But I go in anyway. I come out, and then I realize again, person's like kind of circling the venue, like they recognize me. It's like watching, when you watch your favorite animal in a zoo and you're like, oh my God, I so love elephants. This is my favorite. This person's like looking, and I'm like, but it's not like I'm their favorite person. It's more like I want to throw something at this animal right now. And then I quickly turned to my sister, and she has my bag. So I was like, give me my glasses. Let me just try and figure out who this is. And I look, and I'm like, oh, shoot. This was someone who went to my old college. And I may have, okay, you can call this bullying, but I have my defense. This person was nicknamed 70s. And
Okay.
70s used to wear bell-bottom pants to college with prints, and it would be yellow and blue and green, and he had this shoulder-length hair that he used to flick out of his college shirt, right?
Huh.
So I used to call him 70s, right? And it so happened this person was my lab partner for that whole first year because his surname was kind of similar to mine, so they freaking paired us up alphabetically. And I used to always make fun of him and call him 70s, and he hated it, but I'd still do it anyway because he was quite annoying. And when I realized who this was, I was like trying to go in another direction and escape them. So I went into another store, and I thought, okay, now I've escaped this person. And he was shopping with his mom and dad, right? So I was like, you know what? They'll keep him busy, and I'll go somewhere else. I'll come back to the game store later. So happens this guy walks in with his mom and dad, but he didn't see me in the new store. And then I bump into another friend who screams my name in the store, Nikita! And I turn around, and this person found me. And that person found me too. So I'm like, shit, now 70s definitely knows who I am. And then So that I'm giving my friend this look like, why did you have to scream my name now? So then 70s approaches us, and he says, oh, hey, I remember you, but it's not in a friendly way. It's like, hey, I remember you. And then I'm like, oh, hi. And then my friend looks at me and he's like, oh, this is awkward right now. And I'm like, I forget this guy's name, so I called him 70s by accident. I was like, oh, hey, 70s!
Ah, yeah, I'm sure he loved that.
And then I'm laughing. Like, it's so awkward. I'm just laughing, and he's not laughing back. And it clearly looks like I am not reading this guy's facial expression. And he's like, yeah, that's not my name, but yeah, we went to college together. I was like, that's brilliant. I see you, you cut your hair.
I see you. What?
It was the most awkward thing in my life.
Are you capable of normal human interaction, Nikita?
Oh, I'm glad I'm not the one that had to say it.
Top question of the day.
Oh.
And the more awkward it got, the more I giggled.
Yes.
So bad.
To be fair, like Nikita's interactions with other humans is really highlighted by the fact that all I get from her every day is tags in hideous videos on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Oh, just non-stop.
I think she does it
non-stop.
because she wants to hurt us and she thinks it's funny.
Oh.
I tag him in the worst songs ever. Every morning, Tom wakes up and hears the worst song ever.
It is when I wake up. The first thing I see, I look at my iPad and it's, oh, Nikita has tagged you in something on Facebook. Great. I love it, really.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that was my awkward week. But I did buy the new Uncharted game because that was all they had left that I didn't attempt to play.
I don't know if you said
I don't know.
attempt.
Okay, so here's I have a gripe with this because you have not yet mentioned Monster Hunter World, and I'm getting a little bit upset about it.
Oh, sorry.
Shut up.
Why
bad
have
boy.
you not? Why have you not played it? You're like, there's nothing to play. There's nothing
There
on
are
PlayStation.
no
It's
games
like,
left to play.
I have poured hours and hours and hours into this game. That's amazing. And you're just like, nah, it doesn't exist.
In my defense, I have it, but I didn't open it yet because
Oh,
the people
shit.
that have stabbed my
I don't understand.
It's just that I told myself if I open that game and play it, I'm gone for like a week. Like no one would find me, and I need to look at my phone right now.
She'd need to schedule her Krispy Kreme deliveries.
Oh yeah, man, that's a priority.
If you take away one thing from this conversation with me, play the damn game. Just do it.
And thank him later.
Yeah, just do it. And then watch like a fire-breathing T-Rex tear apart a different animal and then come thank me.
I will thank you for this. I
You're
know.
I'm good. I'm good now. I got that out of the way.
You good? You feel better now?
Just deep
You can
breath,
continue with
deep
your
breath.
podcast.
Deep breath, robot. Deep
Like
breath.
sitting there and holding his breath, like, and
I
biting
was-
his tongue, like.
Oh, I'm sitting like, this is okay. Story. But I'm latched on to the thought. It's like, she said there's nothing to play. I'm thinking of like 4 different things on the top of my head. Is like, I'm sure she A, hasn't played Persona 5, and B, she didn't even mention Monster Hunter World.
Oh man! And then I go and announce like Uncharted of all games.
Yeah, thanks. That's good. Yeah. Let's get a little bit. Let's drive the knife in deeper. No, it's good. It's fine.
Joel,
Yes,
do you play exclusively PS4 games, or do you play
I do not.
PC ones as well? I can't
So
remember.
Vermintide's on PC.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
I had just been playing Monster Hunter World because it came out on PS4.
Yeah, of course.
I'll be buying it again on PC in August.
Yeah, I'll be getting it when it comes
Good,
out,
because
too.
I want to play it with you, man.
Yeah. It's been really good.
Yeah, PS4 though has a bunch of really good exclusives currently.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which is why I'm totally okay with it. Like, because before that, playing Horizon Zero Dawn and Persona 5, both excellent exclusives for that.
Yeah.
But no, it's not the only thing I do.
They have been really strong with their exclusives in the past, like 18 months. And I have to say, like, most of them, I've been kind of disappointed. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn, I definitely wanted to play. Monster Hunter World was like, okay, well, it's coming to PC anyway. And then I saw that it was like a 6-month exclusive on PS4, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah.
hardcore. That's powerful. That's powerful marketing right there.
See, now I'm
from
looking
Sony.
at the freaking box of Monster Hunter, and I'm like, should I open this right now? Should I just open this now?
You know what? We might as well just call it a show and just go play. I think it's all in our best interest for you to just stop now and go play Monster Hunter World. And then I can talk to you like a real human being.
If I go missing for a month, it's because of Joel.
There you
That's
go.
why.
Yeah, but it's all me. I'm okay with that.
All right. So
Yeah.
as for my week, things have just been going pretty good. Still trying to get my subscribers up to 500 on YouTube by my birthday, which is in about 20 days. Is exactly 20 days now.
Holy shit, dude! What are you at now?
Ooh.
441.
Oh, you're so close.
I know
You
it's
can do it,
doable,
man.
but it's
You're gonna
Easy.
crush it.
yeah.
Easy.
Well, I had a really good stream last week where I made 19 subs, and that got me a lot closer. Good feeling.
That
Whoa.
was one thing when I was streaming on YouTube that it was excellent for, which was just people subscribe left and right when you're streaming, man. It's crazy.
Yep, it's great for growth. It's harder to turn that growth into income, but I have made you know,
for sure.
Yeah.
It fluctuates dramatically month to month, but since December, $20 to $50 a month from all my different directions of like revenue.
Sure.
So like
Nice.
it's not nothing.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
What was that?
That's
Nikita?
cool, man. Super cool.
I'm saying it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
That's good.
So I've been doing
Yeah.
that, and I've been playing a lot of different games. A couple of them surprised me. Like, I didn't think I was going to like them. Path of Exile turned out to be great.
I've played Path of Exile way back. Because to me, all my friends were telling me it's a Diablo 2 clone, and we used to play Diablo
It's
2.
way better than Diablo 2.
Well, as I say, but back then it was a Diablo 2 clone. So the differences being that the skill trees were just immense.
Yes,
right?
the skill tree is intimidating.
Super cool. But I spent a good amount of hours in that, but I haven't played in any of the new season type things yet.
don't
And I know the new one
understand
starts Friday.
Yeah, starts Friday, exactly. I don't know anything about that. I just started a character and started doing some grinding. Like I said, I'm just trying different games to see if anything attracts new attention, trying to get those subs.
Yeah.
Also, I had I kind of liked Black Desert, but I kind of hate it, and I'm not really sure where I'm going to fall on that.
I mean, it's an MMO. In my head, I'm like, nah.
MMO I've played, but
I'm
at the
just like,
same time,
nope.
the combat feels great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of a weird thing. Other than that, I've just been keeping up the same old grind, and yeah, my life isn't all that fascinating.
I mean, sometimes the grind is good, man. I'm glad to be going back to normal.
Yeah, I get that. All right, so let's move on to the news. Our top story, in at least a nominal effort to address the problem of loot crates, the ESRB will require games to contain them to be labeled.
I'm sorry, but at what point did loot crates become a problem? He says, with wide, innocent eyes.
Har har.
Oh, God. Well, back in 1920, when loot crates were introduced...
Yeah, 1920, when Ford released the first pay-to-win car.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it at least gives... It's at least...
Transparency.
Yeah. I don't think it's actually going to really accomplish anything. I think it needs to be regulated like gambling, because it's gambling.
It is gambling. Yeah.
But this at least shows that the ESRB is willing to acknowledge it, which could help legally at some point, even though the ESRB basically has no real authority.
Take this sentence however you'd like. China handles loot boxes the right way.
Okay.
They must publicly state, the game companies must publicly state what the percentages of each drop are per loot box.
Okay.
Yep.
So you know your odds before going in, like you would here in the States buying a lottery ticket. You know your odds.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like and that's the way to do it, because you have to be able to. It's gambling, like you said. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to treat it that way.
Mm-hmm. Well, it definitely sounds like China's taken a step further than America or even Canada has in that regard.
I think one of the best things to come out of this story, though, is not just we're going to put it on the box that it includes, like, paid content or whatever. I can't remember the exact phrase they're going to put on it. But they're trying to educate parents how they can control their kids on apps with paid content.
Yeah.
Because there's been so many stories of parents who are just clueless when it comes to this stuff, giving their kids an iPad, and before they know it, the kids spent $500 on crystals for some game. I mean, I remember, must be 3-4 years ago now, Jack Black was on a talk show, and he said his son had billed $6,000 in like Farmville or something or other that he was playing. And these companies are not legally required to refund you for that.
No.
You know what I mean? And there's actually a new website that the ESRB are publishing along with this story, like parenttools.org or something, which will help parents to actually control and monitor when their kids are using these iPads and games and stuff, that they're not going to get scammed and ripped off by having these easily accessed paid content.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, similar lines. I remember there's like this one Kanye West tweet, like, I don't know, a year ago or something like that. And he's like ranting about how his son picked up like $3,000 worth of app charges or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
I try to imagine what that's like to somebody who doesn't have $6,000 to piss away.
Yeah, exactly.
And even more than that, like, it's great that they want to educate parents, and the exploitation of children is a real thing, but I'm pretty sure most of the money comes from adults with gambling addiction.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Sure.
Yeah, for that, like, I guess this isn't really meant to address that, but that's sort of where my headspace is when it comes to loot crates, is on those people who are being exploited more than the kids.
I mean,
sure,
I'll put my hand up and say, not so much anymore, but in the past, I used to love opening a loot crate. I used to love that, like, especially in a game I was really invested in, whether or not I'm going to get that legendary item.
Mm-hmm.
And while I never threw hundreds of dollars away, like, there were times when I threw $20 at a game that I probably shouldn't have, to open some extra loot crates. It is really easy to get dragged into that kind of mentality.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that a personality that comes up here mentioned a lot, Jim Sterling, has an addictive personality, and he keeps talking about how, like, he personally ends up spending, like, money on loot crates even when he hates the concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to harp on this subject again real quick. That was one of my favorite things with the release of Monster Hunter World, was they said, oh yes, our game does have loot crates. They're just angry and want to kill you.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that. That was
good.
great. Because the only way to get drops in that game is you have to kill monsters. And I was like, perfect. Yeah. I love it. They're angry and want to kill you.
Our loot crates are dinosaurs. Deal with it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with everything about Monster Hunter World. I've been watching Bare Naked Gaming, another of the YouTube Wolfpack, playing it. And I think you played with him a bit, eh?
That boy has carried me through so many hunts. I can't even tell you.
He's a very good boy. He's a good boy.
Yeah, he has carried my ass through a lot of killing dragons.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake, I'll open the box now.
Yeah.
And that's been a podcast, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Let's wrap it up. We're gonna miss Nikita for the next 5 days.
If I can play with Bear and Joel in Monster Hunter, now you just got me tempted.
Her next vlog video is going to be like under the desk with like big black rings around her eyes.
She's just
like,
pale
with
and
bags in my eyes, like.
She's covered in donut.
I didn't get that gem drop. I gotta go get it.
I've not seen
like just one more Calico now looks like Blanca.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm done. I just want to say that about
have anything to say about the
freaking loot boxes, man.
All right. So, developer Flight Sim Labs admitted to using malware capable of accessing users' private information, including bank info, as an anti-piracy tactic.
You don't need bank info for an anti-piracy tactic. It's ridiculous.
That's the lamest.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Right? This is the most morally bankrupt, indefensible thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Tom.
Just the way they did it, It's like that all they're releasing is add-ons for Flight Sim X, extra planes that you could download. And in the code of a plane that they added to the game, there's a tiny file called test.exe.
That's so scummy, dude.
Wow.
That's so scummy.
Gosh.
Oh my god. I'm never a fan of DRM in general.
Me
I think
either.
it's like, but I think some of the ways that like classic 90s adventure games implemented it was really interesting and funny. Like in the middle of one of your games, like they'd be like, enter this code here by like jumping on these certain tiles. And it was just on a piece of paper inside the box.
Mhm.
And that's how you proved you in the game. Now, with the advent of the internet, that's a little harder to do, but you could randomize a code for every purchase. It's just in your Steam library. And this is your code that accesses this thing. So I think there's other ways that they can do this,
Also,
but that was scummy, man.
Yeah. Also, DRM just seems like a hopeless arms race against hackers.
Yeah. Oh, it always is.
Yeah.
And you're always going to lose.
Yeah, because there's more of them and they're better than you. Like, that's just... That's the way it is.
I remember there was a game called Uplink, which was like computer hacker simulator thing from a long, long time ago. And that had in the box like a 2-part code thing that you had to like overlay on each other to get the right code.
Oh shit.
Right, yeah, like a decoder ring or something, you know?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Classic. I loved that. I think I always thought that was that's a clever way of doing DRM, but like it
Metal Gear Solid did that too, right? With the codec you had to call to find Meryl. It was on the back of the box, and if you didn't have a copy of the box, you couldn't call Meryl.
You couldn't do it. And there's something kind of cool about that, but I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a solution here. I just think it's scummy.
Yeah.
What Flight Sim Labs did with
think of
it's
piracy,
scummy.
They put in like key logging software into
exactly. It's like all the stories about people that are like, oh yeah, there's this malware on this website, and when you log on, it starts mining crypto through your computer.
Yep.
Like it's right up that kind of alley. Like you now have my bank information. I'm sorry, what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's never anything that you ever need as a company. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, Google already has all my information for the rest of time, but
Google
like
knows exactly what I masturbate to.
But Flight Sim doesn't need that. They don't need any of that. Anyway, I'm rant over.
No, I'm with you. I'm mad about it too.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything else to add about the Flight Sim Labs debacle?
I think there's a lot to be discussed for DRM, but like that has nothing to do with Flight Sim in general. What they've done it's just what they're doing now is asking for forgiveness on a shitty tactic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I can't respect that at all.
And they totally shouldn't get it.
No.
Why would anybody trust these people again?
Exactly. Well, but it's the same thing. It's like, okay, you have this really dedicated fan base, a la, like, let's say, Star Wars Battlefront, who will continue to buy those games regardless of what the company does.
Yep.
Or they don't know about it. They're the people that do that, they don't know. And so it's just, this will exist and continue to exist. Now, I'd like to think that people who play flight sims are a little bit more tech savvy, but who knows?
Yeah.
My grandfather played flight sims. Like, he's not going to know about that. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to know.
I have nothing to add. That's perfect. So, Outlast came out for the Switch, meaning that Nintendo will now release anything of any rating, apparently.
Good.
Yeah,
Finally. Give me some top-tier games on Nintendo that aren't just Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
Give me another reason to buy your system that's not just like the new Zelda.
Yeah.
Because I did purchase a new system for just that game. But, like, give me another reason.
But yeah, that's the thing is, sure, like, their new game, their new property is going to be the killer app, but you still want to like flesh out the value of your system with all these like third-party titles and games like Skyrim and Outlast that people never would have expected to be on the Switch. Just make it a little more appealing.
My issue is this is all still retroactive. This is all still like this is stuff that I already own on PC and I've owned for a long time. Right? And you're putting it on the Switch now, which, okay, so maybe it's getting to a new audience, but for someone like me I'm purchasing the Switch because, it has Nintendo games on it and stuff like that. Give me also new third-party games, right? Monster Hunter World never even made it to the Switch because the hardware can't handle it.
No.
That's a problem. That's a problem. When it was out on like when Monster Hunter was on like all the Nintendo handhelds, it was on like the Wii U, but they can't handle the newest one. Like that's not. You're losing a good portion of your fan base.
It all comes back to Monster Hunter.
And
it's a good parallel.
I can stop anytime I want to.
Oh, that's how I feel about Vermintide right now. Oh my god, I can stop whatever.
I appreciate how into the games you get. That's actually quite lovely. I like that.
I get attached to stuff pretty quick. Now I don't know if that's an indication of a deep-seated past childhood issue, but that's probably not something we should get into on the podcast.
Okay, so I'm almost certain that's not how that works. All right. So anybody have any other opinions on Switch getting a game as mature as Outlast?
I have to say, I kind of don't see the point. Mainly because, as Robot said, it's to do with it all being like a retroactive thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what is the? I don't see what the point is.
I see the point. It's portable. It's Skyrim on the go. It's now Outlast on the go. And
but who wants Outlast on the go?
The same people who wanted Skyrim on the go.
People want to shit their pants on the train.
I wouldn't feel any problem sitting on the train playing Skyrim. I wouldn't sit on a train playing Outlast.
I don't know, man. I've seen some people watch some weird ass movies on airplanes and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that happened.
That guy exists out there.
It was made for that guy.
The thing is, Nintendo Wii, okay, is the third highest selling console of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was 100%, family and kid orientated Nintendo la-di-da BS games.
Sure.
All right.
What do you really think, Tom?
It also had some of the best marketing of all time. So that was
for sure. But that's where Nintendo get their strength from anyway.
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Why don't Sega make consoles anymore, even though they made some of the best quality hardware going around?
Yeah,
they couldn't market for crap.
They couldn't do any. Frustrating.
It's weird, and the Switch is. I kind of feel like it's the same. Like you say, the people who are going to play Outlast have already got the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox, probably.
Yeah.
It's just for when people tell you to go outside a bit, so you take your game and go outside. Technically, I'm outside.
But like you say, it will be interesting to see what new third-party content comes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
That I think, and I hope that's the direction, right?
Yeah,
that's what you want to push it, because it's another thing. Like they put Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Switch. Great, that's excellent, cool. Open up your library, but what's next?
Mm.
And you I know some of my friends who bought the Switch who bought Bayonetta 1 and 2 again for the fourth time because it's on PC too. So it's they've bought it so many times and played it so many times. Great. But for me, I'm not going to do that. No. So what's new? I need something else to convince me that
something new and exclusive.
Well, if you want to play with your Switch, go and buy their foldable cardboard and do some fishing, man.
Yeah. The thing is, I could do that on my Wii. I don't need the cardboard, man. I don't want to.
Yeah, but the cardboard is fun to fold. It's a new tactile experience.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive on the cardboard. Okay, I think it's gonna be great.
I think it's good for kids.
Yeah, I mean it's not for me.
Same thing, Tom. I was like, I wouldn't pay for it, but I get it.
That's the thing is it's not for me, but I can't complain about people paying for cardboard when I've got $150 worth of Magic cards sitting next to me. Metal Gear
What?
Survive is somehow
Oh, God.
worse than anyone could have expected.
Well, no, what do you expect?
I
You get rid
expected
of
the Fox
one
engine
man.
in a survival game. It turned out to be garbage, though. Like, way worse
get-
than that.
You take the one man that had anything, like any drive for story or creativity in that company, and you kick him to the curb.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is what you get. You
Yes.
get a cash
Well,
grab. You
this
get a
was-
Konami cash
yeah.
grab before they get out of the.
But
They
this was
get out of the whole
always
thing.
going to suck, but I can't believe how sucky it is. Maybe I gave them too much credit. But like,
No, they're selling save slots for $10 a piece.
God, I can't believe that.
It's worse. It's worse than loot boxes. When you're selling the ability to play the game after you spend $60 to play the game.
That is scummy.
Okay, Metal Gear Solid's my favorite series. And this feels like they brought out the corpse of my favorite thing attached to strings like a marionette.
Yes! Oh my god.
It's so
That
bad.
was
Like,
beautiful.
I'm not sure which is more insulting, this or remaking MGS3 as pachinko. Like, I can't process how much they resent us.
they were always a pachinko
They were,
making
yes.
company.
Yeah.
But yes, it's and from what I've heard, that pachinko machine is actually very good comparatively to Metal Gear Survive. It's a lot more fun to play.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So, I don't know. I've watched some people stream the game, and it's literally like reskinned MGS5, right? But with like way worse mechanics. They just obliterated it, like dumbed it down horribly, and then made it feel bad to play. I don't know. And then they've done it with like a zombie survival game, which is a genre that's been played out for years. But I guess, they're doing a cash grab before they stop making games altogether. Fine, go for it.
I suppose.
I don't understand.
The GameSpot review is just brutal.
Ooh, I haven't seen that. I should check it out.
The first line of it was, Metal Gear Survive is emotionally and mentally exhausting.
Yes!
Period.
That's
There
great.
you go. Yeah.
Oh, it's just
Emotionally exhausting is so accurate.
So
I don't remember the last time I saw a game so badly trashed, to be fair.
like how games now they'll pay streamers to like promote their game on release. Watching some of these promoted streamers try to be positive about the game it was more interesting than the game itself.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to see how they'll do somersaults to like say something or anything positive about the experience for the next 8 hours. And you're like, nope. That's oh god. And now you just have people playing it because it is bad and people want to see how bad it is.
I'm probably going to play it on my channel once just so my fans can enjoy me shitting on it.
And I think it's great for that, but I don't know if I'd pay full price for that.
I ain't gonna pay a damn dime for it.
There you go. Okay.
Fight me.
I'm not gonna. Whatever, man.
Yeah,
you do
no,
you.
It's
right.
funny that aspect of paying streamers to highlight games when they're launched is dangerous. You know, Battlefront 2 did it.
It's
Well, a lot of mobile games do it now.
yeah,
too.
they do.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It should be. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think there's. So I don't think there's a problem with it. I have zero
Fundamentally,
issue
I don't either.
with a streamer being like, yeah, I'll play this game for money. But so here's the thing, Twitch has already got in place, like if you're promoted, like this is a promoted stream, you have to put in there it's a promoted stream. You have to. Otherwise they'll ban your ass. So it's at least when you walk into the stream, you know it's promoted.
I feel like there's a rule like that on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I don't mind that. Like a lot of these people that get this money, that's how they live.
Yeah.
I have no problem with, like, dude, if I could sell out right now and then stream full time because I sold out, I'd do it.
Oh yeah.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that mentality. But like when you get higher up into the thing, you get a little more choosy about the games you play. And great, cool, you can do that. You can afford to do that. But I don't know. I don't have a. So what's the slippery slope here, Tom? Read it. Give me what you think.
In what sense?
You said that the promotional thing is dangerous.
Well, yeah, I mean, purely because of what you said, you can get yourself tied into something that you just don't. You end up not wanting to be connected to.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
watched a video from the Game Theorists a couple of months ago now, and it turned out that they were one of the channels that were asked to do promotional Battlefront 2 content when it was going to be released.
That was a firestorm. That whole
Yeah,
thing.
well, Matt Pat was basically saying he was really grateful because he'd been dragging his heels on signing the contract, and all that stuff blew up about the loot crates before he signed his contract, and he just sent it back and backed out of it. So
Yeah.
he said he knew a load of other YouTubers who had signed their contract, and they were forced to
play the
promote
game.
this game that they had absolutely no desire to.
The absolute shitstorm that was that for when it came out, and people on Twitch were streaming it, and people would just go like, and it's part of the new Twitch TOS. Like, this is why this happened, but you had streamers sending their audiences to other streamers, essentially like just telling them to go kill themselves because they're playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of them were being paid to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so now, I mean, there's this whole new terms of service, whatever, for Twitch. That's all about like that whole brigading thing. But regardless, that happened a lot. That happened a lot, and not even like provoked like that. It was just like people would see someone playing this game during the whole fallout over it, and just lay into these streamers, and you're like, they signed a contract like 6 months ago. They had no idea that this is what it would be.
Yeah.
They're literally advertising.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I mean, this
They
is
don't
ultimately
know.
the fans redirecting their frustration at an entity they can't attack towards something that they
Correct.
can.
Yes,
Like,
they can
this
see
is-
it, they can type to it, and they can make
Yeah.
it feel something.
That's why they get mad at the devs or mad at the people who play
Yes.
it, because they can't
Yes.
touch.
Because faceless corporate
Right.
entity they can't do anything about.
Exactly.
And they'll still buy those games. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Just to the point of like Let's Players and streamers being paid to highlight new games and stuff, I actually see that as the fundamental purpose of Let's Players, is a symbiosis with game developers.
Yes.
Where they make games that we get to play for content and we highlight their games. The only problem I have is when people obfuscate that they're being paid to highlight a game, so their opinions can't be taken with that in mind.
Sure. And I mean, that's why you have those rules in place now that you have to,
And
which
I
is
can't
great.
For my first one to get my first game, it to suck, and no one to ever give me another game.
Yeah, right. Oh god, it's one of those things. It's like you put in your contract, my thoughts are my own. I was paid to play this game, but even though you're paying it, I'm not going to be like overly positive about it. But that's the thing. We'll see how far that gets, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any other thoughts on Metal Gear Survive?
I don't want to think about Metal Gear Survive at all ever again,
Well,
because it just makes me sad about the whole situation.
Yeah. In summation,
You'll never get another one.
I would just like to say,
But like, this is the note that Metal Gear goes out on. Like, this is it,
yeah.
and that sucks. That sucks. It's like 25 years worth of gaming that were amazing.
Yep, one of the most consistent series ever.
This is what it goes out on. I'm just frustrated. I don't want to think about it anymore. It's gonna be like one of those things that, like, oh, the Avatar movie, haha, that doesn't exist.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Damn.
Yeah.
That
So that's me and Metal Gear Survive in about a year. So
All right, so next story. Blizzard makes a bold move, releasing an update for Warcraft 3 in hopes to make it a viable esport.
I'll
What?
play it. I'll play it.
We have this
I've got-
idea.
I got the old disc over there on the shelf. I'll play it.
16 years old, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brand
Yep.
new patch. Let's put it on the esports. Let's get it on Evo. Let's.
I mean,
Hashtag
to be
esports
honest,
ready, baby.
it was, well, comparatively to, like, let's talk about like Battlegrounds or something. It's go back to that old tech, and it's way more esports ready.
Oh yeah, for
Just
sure.
a couple balance tweaks, and that game it's good. The game has always been good. It's just like,
I mean, that's
I
where
don't know if
Dota
they
comes
need
from,
to
right?
do it.
That's a Warcraft 3 mod.
correct. Yeah.
I swear we predicted this will happen in one of the podcasts. We were joking about it potentially happening, and it happened.
Did we? When,
Like,
which
it's
one?
I I don't know. I just feel like I've spoken about this with you guys. I don't know if it was the last one
Maybe
or the
you
one
dreamt it.
before this.
Maybe you're
Maybe it was
precognizant.
like a dream
Yeah.
where I was looking
Yeah.
at my old box, like,
What
you
are
know
the lottery
what if
numbers
they
going to
made
be
an
for the
update?
649, Nikita?
I need to know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot to say on this because I don't really watch esports. Do either of you?
Yeah, I love esports.
Yes, I watched
Yeah.
a lot.
Would you watch the World of Warcraft 3 championships?
Yep.
The championships? Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched
for
the Dota ones, and I don't even play Dota.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same.
I'd like.
I watch esports that I don't play as well, yeah.
I
yeah.
watch the Overwatch ones and I don't even play that.
Cool.
Yeah, the Overwatch League it's been fun. I started watching in the beginning, kind of dipped out. I've always watched the League of Legends one because I used to play a lot of League. But like I said, the Dota like international, I watched that. I watched CS:GO, like all of their competitive stuff, like all their tournaments.
Oh yeah.
Because it's cool and it's exciting, and I like seeing the best of the best play the game.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2, I have no idea what's happening on the screen for StarCraft 2. Still watch that.
Yeah.
And kind of like by the end of the tournament, I kind of pick up what's going on. Smite, like Hi-Rez's old game, Smite, I've watched those tournaments, and like that, I don't even have an interest in Smite, but I've had it like up on my screen and I'm watching it while I'm doing something else, for sure.
To be fair, to a gamer, watching a pro gamer is something special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I watch Ninja playing Fortnite, and it's just like, oh my god.
Do you want to talk about Ninja? He hits like 62,000 subs this last week.
Yeah,
62,000.
He's gone past $140,000 a month regular income.
He is, and more power to him. The dude's a great streamer.
Yeah,
and he knows how to connect with his group. Brilliant. But like, before we jumped on today, 75,000 people watching him.
Yeah, I was watching him just before we started. Yeah.
Yep, 75,000.
Well, I was flicking between him and Disrespect because Dr. Disrespect was in a PUBG tournament.
Yeah, he's playing the tourney.
Yeah.
But like he's it's insane. It's insane. Sorry, I'm digressing into something else because I heard that number today and I was like, that's absolutely insane.
Gotcha. Anybody have anything else to add about Warcraft 3?
No, but I'm looking forward.
I'll
to watching
play it. You know what? I'll pick it up with the remade to see how it feels back in my like 8 to 10-year-old self. You know what I mean? Just go down nostalgia lane, play for a bit.
Like support widescreen or something. Like I don't.
Well, I think they do like a whole revamp for at least like. I mean, yeah, okay. Now it plays in 1080p. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's do the damn thing.
What a hell of an update.
I mean, they've done worse. Like they've done crazier things.
Yeah, they have. All right, so our next story, it's 2018 and shaq-fu is getting a sequel.
What?
Yeah.
It's mental. I love it.
shaq-fu, A Legend Reborn, is coming to the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PC and Xbox One.
I
PS4
think
gets it 6 months in advance.
I think they missed an opportunity here to call it shaq-fu Electric Boogaloo.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
shaq-fu 2 Electric Boogaloo. That would have been the
Cool.
title. So I think they missed an opportunity here. I don't think I'm buying it. Based on that.
I'm not feeling
The
shaq-fu.
trailer was just hilarious.
Right.
But they crowdfunded on Indiegogo and they beat their people paid to make this.
But did you see what their highest tier of donation on Indiegogo was?
No.
$35,000.
Holy shit!
And Shaq will come and DJ a party for you.
Yeah! Holy shit, that's a good one.
Let's pool our money, guys.
Wow.
That was the best part of this story for me. The best part.
I'm so glad you went and looked at that, man. That is amazing.
Holy hell.
Oh.
That's awesome. I'm so sold, dude. That was jeez.
shaq-fu. Like, anybody ever played the original?
Me.
No.
It's not great. It wasn't great.
It was horrible.
I don't know if this is just like, if this is the memes or if people forgot it was bad.
Who asked for this? Like, which fan asked for
Or
this?
if somebody thought it had
who-
potential and wanted to see it redone. I don't know what the thought process to remake shaq-fu is.
woke up in the morning and said, I want that
the power
game.
of memes, man. The power of memes gets you
That was
so far these days.
That was the theme of Metal Gear Solid 2.
There you go. So it's I don't know. Am I gonna play it? No. No.
I'm not even gonna play it.
No. But am I gonna watch someone else play it to see what it looks like?
I'm watching Best Friends play the shit out of it.
I'm doing that.
Let's face it, Nikita's going to be wandering the mall someday, and she's going to be like,
Because there's nothing to play,
good on
honestly.
PS4.
Oh God.
Monster
nothing
Hunter
else
World
on PS4.
2.5 is out, but I don't want to play that. So
No way.
let's try shaq-fu
staring at
Electric
that
Boogaloo.
box, like, you know.
That's the official name now, Tom. It's
Yeah,
shaq-fu
yeah.
Electric Boogaloo for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Apparently, they're giving a free copy of shaq-fu to anyone who bought the Switch version of NBA Playgrounds before June 10, 2017. So, if anyone has
like
that,
5
they're
people
getting
then.
it free.
Yeah. 5 people.
They can give it
That's
to,
being
like,
generous at
yeah,
this point,
5
man.
people.
So our next story. Square surprised everyone by releasing Chrono Trigger on Steam. Then everyone's frustration as it was a direct port of the terrible mobile port.
God.
So, like,
I saw some pictures of this today.
it
Can we just
looked
move
like
on
shit.
after the noise Robot just made? That's all we need. Just
Yeah.
move on now.
It
It looks
I
so
know.
bad.
It does. It's so garbagey. And
Like,
they have
is
these
that-
like the weird mobile tiles for
Mhm.
like where the menu is and stuff
Yep.
always on screen.
Is
It's
that
like,
because
what?
they down-resed it for the mobile screen and then just up-resed it again? Like, is that why
Yes.
it looks so... Oh my god,
Yes.
it's terrible.
Yes, that's why it looks so bad because they were like, "Oh, it's like they lost the original." It's like they
It's
lost
a
it.
photocopy.
Yeah, and they're like, "Shit. What do we do?" It's like, "Well, we have all this mobile stuff. Up-res it and put it in there." And basically they like all of them were in PDF or something like that and just
Mhm.
like zooming in and taking like screenshots and just
Yeah.
slapped
Yeah,
it together.
It's like screenshots.
It's hideously lazy developing right there.
Yeah, that's... Square's been doing a
For-
really good
for-
job
for
lately,
a
and that
game
one's kind of
that-
like, whoa.
That's the thing is like for a game that deserves a good
Yes.
port.
One of
Right,
the,
but the
like...
Square's always done that, and it's
Mhm.
so stupid. They have never come out with a good PC port ever.
No.
I feel safe
And-
saying that.
And this is why we're not that mad that we're waiting 6 months for Monster Hunter on PC.
And we're just disappointed. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I mean, don't
You know?
feel bad about Monster Hunter going to PC, and just have hope
It's
that
going to be
Capcom
quality.
doesn't do stupid shit and gives you a great port.
Yeah.
I mean, just hope. I mean, I hope too. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah,
we'll see,
I mean,
but-
the only experience I have with Capcom's like ports to PC, since I don't play fighting games, is Dragon's Dogma, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So here's
Yeah.
hoping.
Exactly, and the combat style is very similar, so I feel like it
Yeah,
there's not a whole lot to mess up, right? Like
Yeah.
there's not. You have such a good
Yes.
starting point.
just don't fuck it up. That's all we ask.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's like controller only support or something like that, I don't even care. It's like if they just dropped the same game from PS4 onto PC, I'd be happy.
I mean, I play everything with a controller, so that would be fine for me.
Yeah.
Absolute casual scrub right here. All right, so our last story. This one made me laugh more than I should have. The North American Yakuza 6 demo released for a very brief period of time since it was accidentally the whole damn game.
Yep. Oh god.
I
so
missed it.
funny.
I'm so sad.
Right? You could
So-
just own Yakuza 0 or 6.
Yes, you
Yeah.
could, but then like because the system doesn't see it as a full game, you'd have issues trying to save your game.
Yeah.
So it still treats it as a demo. So like yeah. Anyways,
Ah.
How do your
I'm
wires get
interested
that
in-
crossed? Because they'd be hugely different file sizes, first of all.
Yep. You got an intern that hit the wrong button is
Well,
what I'm thinking.
The reason, no, tell you why the reason that slipped through. The demo was designed to be a 30 gig download so that anyone who purchased the game already had most of the files
Oh.
installed.
That's, yeah, okay, that was, yeah, I see what
So
you
it's
did
like
there.
pre-prep for people
It's
who'd
like
already purchased. Yep.
Pre-installed.
Right, to make it
version,
easier
yeah.
to download the rest.
But
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Can we just discuss for a minute the possibility, okay, that this was just PR?
Maybe.
Because
Oh, yeah.
like leaks these days are just 10 a penny. Like they're all over the place. Everything gets leaked nowadays,
That's true.
and it does nothing but give good press to a game.
Also
Kind-
true.
I mean, there is some of that, and that's been discussed in Magic the Gathering a lot, because they frequently, or like every 2 or 3 months, are having a spoiler season.
Jeez.
And there are always inevitably a few leaks ahead of the spoiler season, and people have been talking about it for a couple of years now. Like, are they manufacturing these leaks to get hype? But they super aren't, because, I mean, I can't speak for the other companies or whatever, but Wizards of the Coast has a very specific, like, mathematical algorithm for when to start spoiling for maximum hype, so you'll buy all their shit.
They are good at that. Like they've got that down to a science, so why mess that up?
So I would be actually a little surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be a little surprised if this was deliberate, because, like...
Well, the way they handled it, I think, is good. So there's a streamer named Bike Man who was playing the game, and essentially he got past the point where the demo was supposed to end, but there's no telling.
No.
So, like, the devs in there were like, hey, if you just get to the end of the next chapter and then stop, that would be really cool.
That'd be great if you wanted to do that.
So they were super cool about it. It's not like the Persona 5 approach that Atlas had that was like, if you go past this time, we're banning you. Like, all right, guys, you need to hold your horse. But it was their mistake, to be honest, right?
Yeah. No, the Atlas thing was extreme.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyway.
I am psyched for Yakuza 6. If you guys have never played a Yakuza game, it's the best distilled Japan you'll ever have.
I've been watching people play Yakuza 0. I have not played any of the Yakuza games, but it's this weird like combination of super good, deep, in-depth story and like the weirdest and funniest mini games I've ever seen. Oh my god! But it's like this weird, perfect blend of the two of these things.
It's like Kiryu is such a serious character with a brick for a face, but the world around him is insane. It's so
exactly.
Good.
It definitely probably worth a pick. The thing is, for me, like I don't play a whole lot of long form games anymore.
Sure.
Even though I've heard like if to finish the main story of that game, it's probably only about 16 hours.
Yeah,
but that's only 25% of the content.
Yeah.
So like you could go for a long time. But yeah, I might pick up.
But then there's the dress up game. Like you got to do the dress up game. Like there's a whole.
You got to play karaoke.
Yeah, you got to do the karaoke.
Yeah,
you got to do the bowling. The crazy
there's like
sexualized
60 some odd mini games. It's like playing Mario Party, but like in this weird pseudo like serious world, and it's kind of fun. I think it's at least interesting to watch. That's for sure. So.
Absolutely. And that's all the stories I had. Anybody have anything else to add about Yakuza 0's demo?
Nope.
Then I think we have accomplished a podcast.
Good. Nikita, go play Monster Hunter World!
I'm holding the box right now.